Hi friends, it's Bronwyn here. I thought today we'd have a look at the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. This is the mass market edition that was released about a month ago. So I've had it for a couple weeks and I've been so busy I really didn't have a chance. I haven't had a chance to work with it yet, but I did have a chance to sit down and read through the guidebook the other day. So I feel like I'm able to do a quick review of this deck, or at least a flip through and give some information about the guidebook because it's a bit different. So it's published by Weiser Books. It's a very nice box. It's got a matte finish and it's a magnetic flap on the side. This is the inside. This is the guidebook. It's very nice. It's got nice paper, it's color. And the cards come in one of these cardboard inserts with a ribbon. And that's the inside of the box. Fare thee well till next time we meet. So I'm gonna set the box aside, and first we'll have a look at the guidebook. So it's a decent thickness. Let's see. It's about 90 pages. So this isn't your typical guidebook where you're gonna have descriptions of the cards. So if you're a beginner, this is not gonna be helpful for learning the cards, but it's a beautiful deck. And this guidebook is interesting for people who maybe aren't new to tarot, because it goes into basically calculating what she calls your tarot blueprint. Which is based on your birth card, and then there's like your shadow birth card, and then let's see how she shows you how to calculate it, and then she'll go into all the different profiles. Like for instance, let's see. So calculating it, and then information about each result. So if your birth card is 11, your shadow is judgment. Anyway, you'd have to read it to go through, or sorry, you'd have to read it to understand what I'm talking about. But then you get these combinations. It goes into the combinations with the minors based on the numbers. And it's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, it's a lot of images, not a whole lot of text, to be honest, but it's interesting. Just not something I would think beginners would find useful for learning. You definitely need another guidebook to go with it. So the deck is gilded. It's very pretty. The cards are slightly glossy, but not like heavily laminated. It's hard to describe. These are the backs. They're beautiful. They aren't gilded. Like, they kind of look like they are, but it's just printing. Like, it's just ink. I'm planning to, when I do get using this, to pair it with this Oracle deck, the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, and I'm going to be using this book by Nancy Hendrickson, Ancestral Tarot, which I picked up off of Amazon. So I think it's going to be fun to work with all of these together. So I'm going to zoom in here on the cards. Okay. Oh, comparison of size. So they're a pretty big card, like wider than standard and taller. So that's a Smith-Waite Centennial. I don't know if that really helps. This might be a bit better. So there you can see, a little bit bigger, a little wider, and a little taller. So definitely a decent size card. So there's a lot of numbers on the cards that are explained in the book, like correspondences to minor arcanas, if this is your birth card. So I really love the way she's taken these vintage photographs and incorporated like the original Pamela Coleman Smith artwork in the background. So you can see in the background there's like the magician, his robe and his his table and his arm going up. And we've got the lemniscate over her head. It's really cool. There's the pillars. The Empress. The Emperor. You can see his throne with the ram's heads behind him. I don't know who this is, but he looks like Tsar Nicholas of Russia. The Hierophant. All right, so we do have extra cards in this deck. So for the lovers, you have 3 options. They look pretty similar at first glance, but you'll see there's like male, female, 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 and 2 male energies, which is a really cool option. I like any kind of deck that incorporates diversity in it. The Chariot. Here's the another instance of extra cards. So you have Strength at 8, or you can choose to have Justice at 8. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. I think in the indie deck there were 2 Wheels of Fortune you could choose from. And here are the other 2. So you can use Justice at 11 or Strength at 11. And they are the same images. Like here's the other Justice card. They're identical, just the numbers are different. I like this tower. This deck has a kind of a sense of humor, which I really enjoy. The moon, the sun, judgment. See there, at the bottom we've got the original artwork, and then the flag on the trumpets. It's so cool. I really like it. Okay, into the wands. Like here's an example of the sense of humor. We've got our little conflict, debate, friendly conflict sort of situation going on. These guys, they're just plugging their ears. We got an old-timey baseball player here in the 7 who's holding a wand instead of a bat. I like that. It's like one of, I don't know what that is. An old massage table or something? Or like a magician's setup? I'm not sure. So I guess from reading or watching other videos that she had a has a Facebook group, and when she did the indie deck, she had people send in like her group members send in photos of their ancestors, and that's where she sourced all of these images from. I think that's cute. I like this. And finally, we're into the Pentacles. It's beautiful. So yeah, I think it's a really cool idea the way the deck was put together. I think it's a gorgeous deck. I'm excited about using it, and if you're a beginner and this artwork and this concept appeals to you, I would totally recommend it. Just know that you're going to need to get an extra book to help you learn the meanings, but personally that's not a deterrent. I know for a lot of people it is, because of, you know, it's an extra cost of trying to locate a book with information, but there's tons of stuff online to help you learn the cards. Anyways, I'm just gonna give them a quick shuffle here. They shuffle very nicely. They're pretty big for my hands to shuffle them this way, but they glide nicely. They feel really good. It's a decent thickness of deck. The cardstock is not terribly thin, which is nice. And I will give them a quick riffle. See if I can do this. Yeah, they're not too stiff. They're a little bit stiff, but not terrible. I imagine they'll loosen up too with some use. So yeah, this is the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. And I hope everybody has an awesome day. Take care.